You're watching Channel 2, Houston's home for news.
The Houston area is still drying out tonight after being hit with historic flooding. 5 people are dead, 2 still missing tonight. Good evening, I'm Dominique Soxa.
I'm Bill Maessa. Thank you so much for staying with us for this extended edition of Channel 2 News at 10 o'clock. We have 8 storm teams out providing coverage for you this evening. We're going to begin this half hour with Channel 2's Phil Archer joining us live with the latest on an elderly couple still missing tonight. Phil.
Yeah, what makes this an especially sad story is that couple had just been rescued by a fire department boat that flipped over, dumping them into Brays Bayou along with another man. Late this afternoon, a man fitting his description was found dead. The couple is still missing. This happened around 7 a.m. The couple aged 85 and 87 and their daughter were being ferried to safety when their boat stopped to pick up a man in the water. The boat capsized when they tried to bring him aboard near Braeswood at 610. A second fire department boat rescued the firefighters and the couple's daughter, but her parents and the man they'd stopped for were swept away. Around 5 this afternoon, a body was discovered downstream near the medical center. Police believe it is the same man last seen with that couple. Late this evening, Mayor Parker sent out a message on social media saying she is praying for him. The search resumes tomorrow. Reporting live in Southwest Houston, I'm Phil Archer, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Phil, thank you, sir. Tonight we're learning more about the 5 people who were killed in the fast-moving floodwaters overnight.
Channel 2's Anusha Rasta is live in the Galleria area where one man died while trying to help a stranger caught up in the floodwaters. And it's just such a devastating story, Anusha.
Bill and Dominique, that's right, it is. That man certainly died a hero, and the medical examiner's office tells us he was pushing a car through the floodwaters in this area when he had a heart attack. We've learned that victim is 65-year-old Dennis Callahan. We spoke to his son earlier this evening. He told me he got a call from Houston police early this morning. They told him that his father had died in Monday night's storm. The family later found out Dennis Callahan was actually out helping a woman during that severe weather when he lost his life. His son Michael tells me his father was a very hardworking man who always put his family first.
You couldn't ask for a better father. For something like this to happen, I feel like I'm going to wake up and it's just going to be, like I'm going to be able to see him, and it's not the case. It seems like a really bad dream.
And Dennis Callahan is survived by his son, his daughter, and his grandchildren. Family tells me they're now praying for and thinking about the loved ones of the other 4 people who also died in the storm. Reporting live in the Galleria area, Anusha Rasta, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
We're praying as well, Anusha. Meantime, several HISD schools were damaged in the flooding.
Channel 2 anchor Keith Garvin joining us live at the Liberty High School in Southwest Houston with a look at the repairs needed there. Keith.
Well, Bill, Dominique, they needed a lot of repairs. After working all day long, crews just left a few minutes ago from the HISD school that probably received the most significant damage from the flooding. Repair crews at this high school in Southwest Houston had their work cut out for themselves in the wake of this week's historic flooding. They're up against the clock as HISD tries to repair more than a half-dozen schools the floodwater damaged. Liberty High School on the Southwest Freeway near West Park Drive looks like the only one that will not be able to reopen in time on Wednesday. A district spokesperson says the school took on up to 3 feet of water. Coulter Elementary School near Meyerland received significant damage according to HISD, but the water remained mainly around the outside of the building, so school will reopen tomorrow to the delight of many parents who are dealing with their own flooding issues.
As a parents with flooded house, we have so many things to do. So one of the things that the principal called and said that they're going to do their best to have the children take care of their, so parents can do errands and do whatever they need to do. So that's a big help for all the parents.
And we learned today that HISD received a special waiver from the state so kids will not have to make up today's missed day of classes, meaning they all will be able to finish the school year on Thursday as planned. Reporting live from Southwest Houston, Keith Garvin, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Keith, thank you. The Galleria opened a few hours late today because of the impact of last night's storms. Check out the water inside the underground parking garages. The lower level of the green garage, that's the one near Nordstrom, was closed because of several inches of standing water. No severe damage, mainly because of the flooding. happened when the mall, the Galleria, was closed.
Boy, that's just eerie to see. Frank is joining us now. We hope and pray the rainfall is going to let up for a bit so we can dry out.
Yeah, a little bit anyway. But hey, speaking of eerie, this is a storm pin. I'm not going to comment. This person who posted it said these were kids playing on a railroad tie in the ship channel. No, not a good idea. I agree with you. 11 inches of rain in Richmond. That's the final tally there. Greatwood, 10.28, 9.35 in Stafford. You get the picture here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 inches of rain from that system that went through. So it's nice to get at least a bit of a break tonight. The question is, how long is it really going to last? There's a severe thunderstorm watch here in the Dallas area until 5 a.m. as the Weather Service is watching this just as closely as everybody else as it continues to move along. The question is, does it hold together and where does it go? So it's really location, location, location. I showed you a couple of models earlier. We'll go over them again coming up in just a moment. I want you to notice a couple of things. I want to zoom in here, and this is exactly what happened to us last night. Look at what's going on. The cells merging there, and look how it just really explodes when you get that energy coming in. That blue indicates the hail. The boxes here are severe thunderstorm warnings for this system as it continues to slide off to the southeast at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. We got an eye on it. Model runs straight ahead, Dominique.
All right, Frank, thank you. In the meantime, we would like to say a big thank you to all of you generous viewers who called into the phone bank earlier this evening. We teamed up with the Red Cross to raise money for our neighbors who are dealing with these flooding issues, and we're happy to report that we were able to raise $31,000 today. It is always great to see Houstonians stepping up to help fellow Houstonians in need, because that's what we do. Stay with Channel 2 News and click2houston.com as we dry up now from this historic flooding. Wake up early for an extended edition of Channel 2 News Today, live tomorrow morning beginning at 4 a.m.
A big story making national headlines tonight, a ruling on the Obama administration's executive action regarding immigration. Remember that? What a federal appeals court has decided about that coming up.
And the fight against terrorism hits home. A local man now under arrest accused of trying to join ISIS. That story next on Channel 2 News at 10.
Day we will not forget for a very long time.
Historic flooding devastates Houston.
Never seen anything like this.
Drivers trapped on flooded roads.
Still underwater, a lot of water.
Just started rising and rising. Still a dangerous situation.
Just stay put.
Channel 2 with you all day and all night.
And there goes our power.
Keeping you informed through the danger.
It is going to get worse.
Complete mess out here.
And now the recovery.
Neighbors really need our help right now.
KPRC Channel 2, Houston's home for severe weather.
What does high-strength, roll-formed steel look like? In Texas, it looks like this. Chevy Silverado, the fastest-growing full-size truck brand of 2015. High-strength steel for high-strength dependability. During the Chevy Memorial Day sale, get a total value of over $8,400 towards the purchase of this Silverado when you finance through select lenders. Sale ends Monday. See your Texas Chevy dealer today.
In a trailer, we had gotten behind on our power bill. I felt not only that I had let myself down, but that I had let my kid down. Education was the only way. If I was going to make this happen, I needed to do it now. When I heard that WGU was flexible, that it was affordable, and that my learning would be competency-based, there was no other option. The doors that opened for me after my degree would not have opened for me if I wouldn't have pursued that. With enough hard work and dedication, we really can do and be anything if we want it badly enough.
Announcing the Summers on Us sales event from Kia. It's our best offer of the year. We'll make your first 3 monthly payments, plus 0% financing for up to 66 months on the sporty Optima and the high-tech Forte. Both backed by our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So hurry in to your Kia retailer today. The first 3 payments on us, plus 0% financing for up to 66 months, only at the Kia Summers on Us sales event.
Now to a developing story. A 20-year-old man from Spring is scheduled to face a federal judge in the morning, less than 24 hours after federal agents arrested him. He's accused of trying to join ISIS. Asher Abid Khan is charged with conspiracy to provide material support to ISIS. Khan and a friend from Texas allegedly conspired with a terrorist recruiter in Turkey to join ISIS in Syria. We're told that friend did make it to Syria.
President Obama's request to move forward with his immigration plan is denied. Earlier today, the U.S. Court of Appeals refused to lift a hold that a Texas judge placed on it back in February. Now, Obama's executive action could shield as many as 5 million immigrants illegally living in the U.S. from deportation. Texas and 25 other states filed a lawsuit alleging that Obama's action was unconstitutional.
The Texas Senate has brought back an anti-gay marriage bill. The measure bars public funds from being used in same-sex marriage licenses. It failed in the House, but was inserted into a Senate bill. A vote is likely set for tomorrow. If it passes the Senate, it'll go back to the House to consider before session ends on June 1st.
Back now to our historic flooding. Homeowners who live near Brays Bayou might be having some plumbing problems tonight. The sewage treatment plant in Meyerland, right off of Beech Nut, is underwater. It's going to be out of operation for a few days until the water there recedes. An important note, this does not affect drinking water.
Okay, here's Frank once again. A side note here is that from that sewage plant, a lot of that sewage ended up in the bayou, but they say it'll dilute.
They say it'll dilute because of the amount of water out there.
Let's hope, right?
Yep.
A couple of social media posts here. This has become almost iconic to the storm, hasn't it, right there along I-45. And this is interesting. This is actually from Austin, but I do like his caption. He's got a good attitude. Going green and river in my yard. So at least he's making the most of it. Now we haven't talked a lot about animals, and whenever we get floods like this, we get not only a lot of abandoned animals, but a lot of shelters have problems, maybe not in Houston, but certainly across Texas. So keep the animals in mind as you donate and help out, and because they're going to need it as well. In the meantime, there's a look at what we're watching here in the Dallas area. Those storms, will they hold together? I want to show you a couple of things here, 2 model runs, and I'll tell you why I like one better than the other. It's pretty simple. Here's what we've got going in Dallas, not much here in the Houston area, and I like this model for that reason. It doesn't show anything in the Houston area, and it picks up on the Dallas storm, so it's doing a pretty good job of initializing exactly what's going on. You put it in motion, it keeps everything really either falling apart or to our north. A few showers up here about, north of Houston County and the Crockett area and Trinity County, and then showers continue to try to push this way, but really don't get going very well. Now, here's finally in the afternoon, just because of the heat of the day, a few showers begin to show up. The other model, the HRRR, that has this business going on here in Houston, which isn't happening. So the initialization is not as good, although this is a great model. So we have to at least pay attention to it. And you'll notice as these storms come across, they continue to really ramp up, but that's because it's pulling this into it, which isn't there. So I think it's a little suspect. We'll watch for it, but I do think that we're going to see at least a few showers in the afternoon in the heat of the day. It looks like as much as a quarter to maybe a half an inch of rain around the area is certainly a possibility, especially to the north as these sort of pop up in the afternoon. That's by 6 p.m. So we'll keep a close eye on that. In the meantime, temperatures, look at that, 78, 80 degrees, humidity 93%. Those temperatures aren't going down anytime soon. So you'll wake up to the mid-70s and even the upper 70s with the southeast wind at about 14 miles an hour. Jet stream still across the state, which means the specific moisture in these systems will continue to pull across. So Wednesday and Thursday, we have a couple of them going through, and this low actually starts to bring in a front on Saturday into the state, which brings another focus for showers. And once we get to Sunday, that ramps up to about 50% for us. The front washes out, and finally that gets out of here so that when we get into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we do get that flow off the Gulf, but we dry it out. So that's the good news there. In the meantime, your power planner calls for 74, 75. If you're lucky, I think a lot of us wake up to 80. 88, 89, 90 in the afternoon. 30% chances for showers 4 and 6. So the next 7 days, the rain chances are there. It's really going to become more of a temperature forecast because we're looking at 30, 40, 50 on Sunday, 30 and 20 next Monday and Tuesday. But upper 80s to 90, upper 80s to 90, 92. That's going to be probably as much of the story as the rain. But of course, after what we've been through, any showers could cause quick problems, so we'll keep a close eye on it.
All right, I know you will, Frank. Thanks.
Thank you. Simone Eli worked all last night with us, survived the flood. You and Dwight Howard there at Toyota Center, and 500 of your closest friends.
We did, yes. Photographer Alex Radau and I had an unbelievable night, and what it has been for you guys as well. But speaking of Dwight, there were questions on whether the big...
Oh, it's Dwight
would
now.
be Dwight Howard. There were questions on whether he would be suspended for this swing at Andrew Bogut. Next, find out the league's ruling, plus the Astros in Baltimore, how they fared against the O's, coming up next in sports.
Speaking of Dwight.
Hey guys, First Lady Michelle Obama is my guest tonight. Plus, we have Matthew Morrison, music from the Smashing Pumpkins. You gotta watch her on next. It's good.
looking for something a little less.
Maybe a little less expensive?
Absolutely.
Please.
Maybe doesn't move when you touch it?
Yes.
Well, check out Yelp. We know just the place. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. Check Yelp first. We know just the place.
If you're looking for a car that drives you and takes the wheel right from your very hands, this isn't that car. The first and only car with direct adaptive steering, the 328 horsepower Q50 from Infinity. Lease the Infinity Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infinity retailer.
JEXA Energy's everyday, every night low price electricity plan is exactly what it says it is. An everyday, every night low price electricity plan with no free electricity gimmicks. That's easy to understand. That's right, no keeping track of when you use electricity, day or night. So sign up today at jexaenergy.com or call 866-510-JEXA. You'll pay a great low price all the time. Make the smart choice. JEXA Energy.
It's the Volkswagen Memorial Day event, and it's time to break out the SPF. Savings, performance, fun. Right now, you can enjoy great deals on your favorite VW models, like a $500 bonus on the sporty, fun-to-drive Jetta, or the powerful, roomy, mid-size Passat, named one of Ward's 10 best. Don't miss out on these fun-in-the-sun deals. Visit the Volkswagen Memorial Day event today.
Hurry in, and you can get 0% APR for 60 months on 2015 Jetta and Passat gasoline models, plus a $500 bonus.
My wife just hit a deer. We're gonna need a great body shop.
He just froze.
Yeah, they just freeze in the headlights. But it's cool. We know just the place. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. Check Yelp first. We know just the place.
Well, the Rockets have arrived in the Bay Area, still alive in the Western Conference Finals, and today the team received some good news about one of its stars. Dwight Howard will not be suspended for his blow against Andrew Bogut. Had the NBA ruled that Howard had committed a flagrant 2 foul, he would have been suspended for tomorrow's Game 5. The NBA saying that the swing was unnecessary but not excessive. All right, let's head back to last night. The Rockets were on fire to start Game 4. Josh Smith got the scoring started with a 3, and the Rockets raced to a 45-point first quarter. The two teams combining for 37 3-balls, a league record for a playoff game. James Harden had a big hand in that record with a career playoff high 45 points and 7 trays. Beard taking revenge after a horrible Game 3.
I always want to take it on my opponent, in a good way. And so just, being aggressive. Like I said, taking shots, getting to the basket.
He's our leader, a guy that always gets us going and brings a lot of energy to this team.
All right, over in the Eastern Conference, say goodbye to the Atlanta Hawks. LeBron James follows up his epic Game 3 performance by dropping 23 points tonight. The Cavs beat the Hawks 118-88 and earn the 4-game sweep. They'll meet up with either the Rockets or the Warriors in the finals. Now, the Astros in Baltimore looking to even their series with the Orioles. To Oriole Park at Camden Yards we go. We pick it up in the 7th tie ball game. Jason Castro with a hard-hit double. In the gap in the right center, Chris Carter scores from first. Astros lead 2-1. Astros tack on a couple of insurance runs in the 8th. Luis Valbuena's sharp single to right scores 2. Astros get the win, their 30th of the year. Final score 4-1. So, guys, what do you think about Game 5 tomorrow? Rockets going to pull off another win?
Well,
All right,
sure
Bill, I
hope so.
appreciate your optimism.
Yeah.
I'd say they're capable of anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they shoot the way they did last night, anything is possible.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
That's right.
Can you repeat after me what a difference a day makes? What we saw last night at this time, what we're seeing tonight, so much different.
Thankfully, we are going to wrap things up with a flashback to our most memorable moments of coverage coming up next on Channel 2 News at 10. But first, let's take a look at tonight's winning Mega Millions numbers. We wish you lots of luck.
For 40 years,
6 generations. One feeling. Here's to the original sports sedan. The BMW 3 Series. We only make one thing. The ultimate driving machine. Right now, lease a BMW 320i sedan for as low as $269 a month.
Think.
Question.
Cut. Compare. Learn something new. Debunk something old.
Hit a wall.
And think again. Model. Plan. Spin. Discard. Now breathe. And keep going.
Work till it's late.
Then early. Then late again. Smile. Laugh.
Rest.
Regroup.
Use technology.
Use your hands.
Use everything you've got.
That's what it takes to give life to possible.
AutoNation's race to our 10 million sale is on. Almost there. Got it. 10 million.
It's AutoNation's Race to 10 Million sales event. Millions have saved. Now you can too. Get a new Ford F-150. $14,000 off MSRP at AutoNation Ford.
When AutoNation races to 10 million,
You win.
Celebrity Cruises invites you to pick your perk. Choose one of 4 fabulous offers. Save up to $600 off your cruise with Celebrity's Air Bonus. Get free classic beverage packages, enjoy free tips, or receive an onboard credit up to $300 to spend almost any way you'd like. Book a summer vacation in Europe and pick up an extra $200. Plus, additional guests in your stateroom receive up to 50% off their cruise fare. Time is limited. Call 1-800-CELEBRITY or your travel agent.
Just before Fallon tonight, it has been a long 24-plus hours covering Houston's historic flooding. Simone talked to Dwight Howard live at Dwight after the game at Toyota Center.
We even had some issues with power here in our studios. The lights went out for a second.
The message here is that practically every area.
And there goes our
power.
Yep. And you'll see us come back up. The lights will come up in a second when the generator kicks in. We've got a huge generator out in the garage.
You were at the game, and you just came up a little while ago. You got some water and
some snacks for people that are stranded here. I know you guys. We've been watching you on the jumbotron.
Wow.
Since we've been staying at the stadium. They're trying to keep us there, make sure nobody leaves, staying safe.
Channel 2 on the jumbotron.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Simone was there.
Dwight Howard joins me live. He's really happy to be stuck here inside the Toyota Center. Dwight, what's this experience been like for you so far, man?
Sleepy. Crazy. But fine.
That's awesome. And Dwight told me that his family members were also in the Toyota Center with him. A perfect time for Rockets fans to bond.
Wasn't he also entertaining the crowd? And
he was a lot of fun. His son was out there doing backflips and shooting baskets as they moved down the basket. So it was pretty funny.
Quite a sight for the 500.
You know what? I liked it because for a guy who doesn't always get the props that he may or may not deserve, whatever. He did a good thing for Houston yesterday. He came out, he saw the fans, he interacted with them, and I was impressed by it.
That's great.
So, yeah.
And they sort of had the victory stolen, by the storm.
I know, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, you're right, but he said that the victory obviously helped the fact that fans were, I was there till 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it could have been a whole lot worse had it been a losing game.
So yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I think Dwight has a great backhand, too.
Shazam!
He will be in Game 5 tomorrow.
And when the lights went out last night, turned out General Manager Jerry Martin hadn't paid the power bill. That's
we just thought it was a lightning strike.
Hey, props to the engineers. They do a good job of keeping us on the air.
They do.
Yeah. Did you hear that generator kick on?
Thanks for being with us the past 24 hours. We really appreciate it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.